Oh, welcome! This roleplay is starring Yay Paw, Ren, Dove Paw, Pine Paw, Alice Paw, Splared Paw, Checkered Paw, Branch Paw, and Agony! Enjoy! He would yawn, wondering what to do today, but forgets and goes back to sleep. He wriggles around in his nest, unable to get comfortable. Yay slept soundly with all his friends around him. None of them knew what was in store for them. As the other apprentices woke, Yay woke too. He sat up and stretched. Checkered stirred from a strange dream. He hears everyone and gets up. All the apprentices would leave the den and start down to the clearing. Everything seemed fine, for now. I look around and squint. I was confused. No warriors were in the clearing. I shook my head. It was still late, so I paid no attention. "Morning," he calls politely. "Morning," Splattered Paw calls back. Does anyone see any kits or warriors?" Branch Paw would ask, wonderingly. Yay paused with the other princes. "Where were the warriors?" I turned to Branch Paw. "No," Splattered Paw mused. Yay went to check the nursery for kits. They were really the most important cats in the clan. When he entered the cozy den, he found no cats, not a fur left behind. He stepped back and gulped. Where was everyone? Ren shook away the last remnants of sleep. Guys, what happened? Where are all the warriors? Where's the leader and deputy? Ren asked Yay Paw. Yay shrugged and pointed to the nursery, then shook his head, trying to indicate the lack of kits and queens. There's no warriors in the warriors' den, Pine Paw calls out to everyone. Guys, Branch Paw calls from the other side of the clearing. Ren trembled slightly. What? His heart started racing. Hadelstar, where are you? He called out, his voice shaky. Splared Paw sits up straight. They've disappeared. We must go looking for them, she orders. Yay watched Pine Paw as he scrambled onto the rock. He was no leader, but that didn't really matter right now. We have to find everyone. Let's send out a patrol. He starts talking like he's leader. Guys! Ren squealed, running out of the den. There's bloody paw prints on the wall! What? Yay put his paw to the blood and sniffed it. Definitely blood. The leader's blood? Ooh, wait, mushroom. Yay sighed. Branch Paw couldn't stay focused for a second. Everybody, we've discovered the leader's blood palm prints on the wall of his den. We must investigate. Pine Paw, Branch Paw, Atlas Paw, and I will go on a search party. A creepy smile forms on his face. Let's go find our clanmate. Yeah! Yeah! Splared Paw nods. Let's go! Despite Splared Paw's orders, everyone followed them out of the camp anyway. They were apprentices. They didn't listen to anybody. Well, except for mentors, but there weren't any mentors, so I'm just gonna stop talking. They all spread out, sniffing the ground and keeping their eyes peeled for any sign of cats. But there were no sign of cats, except for themselves. So, yeah, no one found nothing. Miles Brainsy's down, Pine Paw yelled at everybody. Everybody! Splared Paw would yell. Every cat should split up, get into small groups, and search the territory. At the same time, Pine Paw gave everyone orders of his own. Yay turned his attention to Splared Paw. Who are they going to listen to? Pine Paw or Splared Paw? Pine Paw wheels on the apprentice. Horrible idea, he argued with Splattered Paw. Yay looked around. Where was Dovepaw? And Dovepaw was never seen again. We can't split up, Pinepaw was saying. I creep to you in silence. I hum a melody whilst you lay your eyes upon me. No experience, Prentice. He goes eerily silent, cold running through their body. I stand up, showing my slim self. I speak. Yay noticed the thing in the grass. Despite his fear, he slowly inched toward it, curious if they knew where the clan was. Hush now, little one, don't you make a sound. The shadows grow long on the quiet ground. Sleep now, little one, for it knows where you've been. Stands at your window, wanting to get in. It watches you sleeping, a smile on its face, and knows that tomorrow there'll be no trace. Yay did the obvious thing and ran back to camp. He shoves everyone back toward the path. You're all idiots! Run! Atlas Paw! Yay looked up, waiting for the rest to follow. When they didn't come, I sighed internally and ran out to find them again. Yay grabbed Atlas's scruff and dragged them away from the beast before something worse could happen. Branchpaw was still being a dingbat. Haha, got you, he cried, but Yaypaw didn't know why. You left me here, Ren was crying just as Splattered Paw came back into the camp with Pinepaw. Yay didn't know what was happening. Everything was happening so fast. You didn't even notice me, Ren was still yelling. All of you, listen, Pinepaw yelled, getting everyone's attention. Do not go up to strange cats. Have you learned nothing from your mentors? Yay glanced at Pinepaw. That cat had been the only older cat they'd seen all day. Hadn't he been curious too? Ren, stop making this about yourself. You were safe. Ren growled at the apprentice. I could have died, Ren argued, his fur bristling. Ren froze at Pinepaw's words. I didn't mean to. I couldn't see all the other apprentices. I back away, my gaze clouded. I stumbled. I was overwhelmed. I crouched to the ground. Yay smacked Pinepaw upside the head. Ren was panicked. Couldn't he have a bit of sympathy? Pinepaw blinked at the attack, but quickly reacted. Pine lunges, bowling them over and landing on top. Yay pushed them off and thought about a few things he would say if he could talk. Quit it out, y'all, Alice Paw would hiss, yanking Pinepaw off the other. He growled in their face. It's not time to be an idiot or have sympathy. Clearly, I'm the only one with a clear head here. My breathing shortens. I seemed to be in a small box. It was hard to breathe. I swelled back further. I was hyperventilating. Everything was overwhelming me. Clearly, you're the only one without a heart, Yay thought, but sat back down. Pinepaw was somewhat right. If you cats won't stop being mouse-brained, you're on your own, he growls, wondering if this will even work considering he's just one apprentice. They have, sitting down and waiting for the cats to listen. Yay slowly calmed down and walked over to the prey pile. completely empty. He padded up to Pine Paw and tapped him on the shoulder, then pointed to the stale pile. They sighed, paddling back to the clearing. Where did everyone go? He growled, getting tired of these apprentices not focusing. Whatever, you three. He pointed to the leftover apprentices. We need prey. Who's volunteering to come on patrol with me? Yay padded up to him instantly. Y'all! Alice Paul would yell. Run is missing! Yay looked to the sky. Clan. Could they stay inside for 5 seconds? He was beginning to understand Pine Paul's annoyance. Renpaw reluctantly goes out of the camp to find Renpaw, but he's never seen again. I hummed a lullaby. It stares at the ground. You feel dizzy. He blinked. He swayed slightly as a silent tune filled the air. He looked up at the sky. Night was coming, and he had a bad feeling. He tapped Branch on the shoulder and pointed to the apprentice's den. Oh yeah, Branch said and went over to the apprentice's den. Checkered quickly followed suit. Now that he was in the den, Yeye felt calmer. He felt safe. He looked at Yeye Paw. Yeye, can I ask you something? Yeye nodded. Am I useless? He asked. Yeye smacked Branch Paw upside the head and shook his head, effectively telling him that he was being ridiculous. Wait, I think we should have a leader. A strong cat who is fit to help every cat and lead our small world group. What do you think? Spiderpaw asked, tilting her head. Yay instantly pointed to Spiderpaw. She was obviously the right choice. I flicked my tail to my chest. Me? I asked, confused. Surely there was a better cat. Yay nodded. Are you sure? How about we all gather in the clearing and talk through everything? Yay's eyes widened. He ran to Spiderpaw, grabbed her scruff and pulled her back. I gasped, Hey! Yeye shook his head frantically. Yeye drew the monster, then a dead cat outside the den. Then he dragged Splatter to the apprentice's den. Hush now, little one, don't you make a sound. The shadows grow on the quiet ground. Sleep now, little one, for knows where you've been. Stands at your window, wanting to get in. It watches you sleeping, a smile on its face, and knows that tomorrow there'll be no trace. I get up. I couldn't sleep. I padded out of the den silently. Yeye stayed inside. He heard the yells of his friends. But he didn't trust himself to go outside. He had a strange feeling that he wouldn't wake up again if he went out of the den. You should be sleeping. I bite harder, noticing the new toy like a Splatterpaw with a grin. Splatterpaw pulled a Yeye and got the heck out of there before anything bad could happen. Atlas Paw would try to get up. I take out a mask and clamp it onto you. What? I look at you, my eyes sparkle. I leap, grabbing you. I sleep soundly. I sit waiting for a sudden movement, a noise, a cry, a scream. I gently put my paw on you. I stay still, sleeping soundly, knowing the monster was in front of me. I pat your head, and the monster leaves. Yigi shivered at the presence of the monster. He looked and stayed still, hoping it would go away. Thankfully, it did. I leave a bird head.